been over half a year in the making, but tonight in Newcastle upon Tyne, we reach the climax of pro wrestling's most talked about tournament. Either Joseph Connors, Kushida, Will Ospreay or King Ricochet will claim the inaugural Pro Wrestling World Cup. Dave Bradshaw here at ringside along with James R. Kennedy. And James, it is electric here in Newcastle.
The atmosphere, you're right Dave Bradshaw, rarely do we agree, electric. 4 men have the chance to make history, only one can do it. Who's it going to be? World Cup time.
One of the biggest nights in WCPW history on the way. Let's take it to the ring and get things underway with our first semi-final. It is Japan's Kushida against England's Joseph Connors.
So referee, come and raise my hand right now. Get out here.
Trying to win it. Connors again kicks out and Takahashi getting ever more frustrated. Again he'll go back to the submission. Connors will roll him up and Connors got it! Connors got it! Connors got it! And Connors is in the semi-finals. Kushida, relentless. Sabre Jr. trying to reach the ropes. Is he going to get there? Sabre Jr. He's not there. He was inches away. Kushida bridging backwards. Sabre Jr. and he got caught. Kushida's your winner. Kushida is your winner. He is Japan's final remaining competitor here in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. He was the best of the Super Juniors in 2 of the past 3 years in New Japan. A 5-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Tonight, will he become the holder of the Pro Wrestling World Cup? Kushida making him wait here in Newcastle, but here he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest set for one fall. It is the first of 2 semi-final matches in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Coming to the ring at this time, representing Japan. Weighing tonight at 87 kilos from Tokyo, KUSHIDA.
Respect here in Newcastle for Kushida and what a tournament he has had, including, as you just saw on that video package, that remarkable quarter-final victory 2 nights ago in Manchester against England's Zack Sabre Jr.
What a match that was, Dave Bradshaw. Kushida just coming through. You said it, Kushida is Japan's last hope in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Can he go all the way? Who would bet against the best of the Super Juniors?
They're also beating Shozanaka and Bushi, as well as Kenny Williams. Not to mention that Zack Sabre Jr. has already said on the way to these semi-finals, he could just be 2 wins away from the World Cup. We'll find out this evening.
This will be a stern test for Kushida. Maybe the sternest he has faced so far in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. And isn't that remarkable to say those words? Speaking of remarkable, you cannot say that word without thinking of Joseph Connors.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent is representing England. Wrestling out of the Boston show and winning tonight at 97 kilos,
Joseph Connors, one of two Englishmen to make it to the semi-finals, and I will be backing Joseph Connors here against Kushida.
Well, this isn't the first Japanese star that Joseph Connors has faced in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Of course, he's already beaten Hiromu Takahashi before to advance to this stage. That was a very, very challenging match for Connors. Came through in the end, and he has a different look about him tonight. Joseph Connors, he wants to be the first Englishman to take his place in the World Cup final in quite some time.
Looking intense is Connors. He's had a unique route here. He went to a hardcore victory against Hiromu Takahashi in the quarterfinals. Connors didn't go through the qualifiers. He was a replacement for Michael Elgin in the last 16. A surprise opponent for Scotland's Joe Coffey Tuesday night in Milton Keynes.
Listen to this, Bradshaw. The atmosphere, electric. People watching all around the world, but right here in Newcastle, England, Joseph Connors, his countrymen, they want to see him advance to the final. Although, as you hear, supporters for Kushida too.
We have had fans from all over the world here all week long. World Cup week here in WCPW. We started with 16 on Tuesday. We are down to 4, and by the end of tonight there will be 1. Let us know who you think is taking home the World Cup using the hashtag Pro Wrestling World Cup.
That's what the World Cup has been all about today. Respect with these fine athletes. Joseph Connors, as you said, Bradshaw, a late addition to this tournament. There was nothing he could do about that. But when he has, can he do the same against the best of the Super Juniors? We wait and we find out.
Here we go then. Kushida and Connors. Lock it up there.
Again against Takahashi at several points during that match in the quarterfinals. Connors, he looked as though he didn't know what to do with the mind games of Takahashi. This is a very different kettle of fish, so to speak, when it comes to Kushida.
Well, we've been talking about it all week. Joseph Connors has very significant recent tournament experience. Of course, he was one of the men in that WWE UK Championship back in January. Once again, we're grateful to WWE for allowing Connors to participate in this tournament. But for Connors, who was unsuccessful ultimately back in January, this is a chance of redemption to win a major tournament.
Well, can you imagine what it would do to the career of Joseph Connors? Yes, he has made it to the heights of WWE, but the Pro Wrestling World Cup would be special for the Englishman.
Kushida, though, takes Connors down. And you see Kushida already working on the left arm. Kushida loves to use that hoverboard lock, a Kimura, often applies it on the left side, and that is why I think he is already trying to weaken the left arm of Connors.
And we saw that come into play in matches Kushida had with Kenny Williams and Zack Sabre Jr. Yes, Kushida loves isolating one body part, and it's usually that arm, as you say.
Kushida now into the hammerlock. Connors counters, great drop toe hold, floats over into the side headlock, but Kushida pushes the shoulders down. Connors needs to be careful that he doesn't get caught by surprise. Kushida finally rolling over, getting on top of Connors.
This live crowd split right down the middle.
Connors back into a corner. Referee Steve Linsky asking for a clean break, and he gets one.
More respect from Kushida.
Kushida, obviously, it goes without saying, I mentioned at the top of the show that he is a two-time winner of the Best of the Super Juniors, so he's had a level of success in tournament wrestling that Connors no doubt aspires to.
Oh, definitely, and here we have a test of strength between Kushida and Connors. This could be telling early on who has the strength advantage in this semi-final.
Connors looking to overpower Kushida. Connors is the slightly bigger of the two men. Kushida, you see how he's bridging on his neck, stop his shoulders from hitting the mat, doesn't want to be down there and risk a pinfall.
And again though, Bradshaw, look, Kushida going at that arm, coming out of that bridge and targeting the limb straight away.
Head scissors, and Kushida quickly escapes. Connors, though, giving him no time whatsoever. Both of these two very quick to return to offense.
Connors barely escaped that kick. Yes, you can see Kushida say he almost got you, Connors, and he's right.
Although Connors was victorious in that quarter-final against Takahashi on Thursday night, he was on defense for a good portion of that match. He was stopping an enormous amount of abuse from Takahashi before finally coming out on top. So Connors, I think, is going to be looking to assert himself here.
I think a lot of that with Takahashi, it was mind games, as I said before, Bradshaw. I really do believe that when it came to that match between Connors and Takahashi. But today is a new day for Joseph Connors, and he looks as though he is ready to rock here in the World Cup semi-finals.
Another drop toe hold. Kushida with the front face lock, and Connors is trying to wriggle himself free, but Kushida has the leverage advantage. He's got that split leg stance.
Holding on, just tigerish from Kushida, and now riding Connors. We've seen this before in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Kushida likes to do this early to set an example and send a statement.
Arm drag, and another one from Kushida. Kushida, some people's pick from the beginning to win this tournament, given the success he's had so far this year. The seated senton off the apron.
Hugely impressive, this man from Japan.
Yeah, for Kushida, this is going to be much more like the Japanese qualifiers than it was the round of 16 or the quarterfinals, because if you think about it, on both of those nights earlier this week, there was only one match for every competitor. Back in those Japanese qualifiers, you had to fight twice in one night if you wanted to be successful, and that is what Kushida or Connors will have to do here if they want to win the World Cup. Big slam from Connors.
That's a great point, but Connors with the cover.
And of course that brings the whole dynamic into play of making sure that you put away your opponent in the semi-finals as fast as you can, because you're going to need to conserve as much energy as possible for the final if you get that far.
Definitely, these semi-finals so important that you get out of there quickly. Connors and Kushida will be well aware.
Connors with Kushida backed into the corner.
Connors hammering down on Kushida, one of the finest professional wrestlers England has ever produced.
And Connors hooking the right leg of Kushida, gets a 2 count.
And this man Connors, virtually almost, he's closer to the start of his career, certainly than he is to the end of it. But what could winning the World Cup do for the stock of Joseph Connors? This is an incredible tournament, an incredible opportunity.
His stock's already obviously gone through the roof with the exposure he got in that WWE tournament in January, but you're right, this will absolutely send him sky high. If Connors could win here, he will be the talk of the wrestling world. We understand the great and the good of the pro wrestling universe are watching us all around the world here tonight, live on YouTube, as Connor hits a backbreaker and a cover for 2. Thank you for watching us wherever you are on this planet. We know we have people watching in all of the continents of the world.
I don't know if you noticed there, Dave Bradshaw, but the look when Connors only got the count of 2, it was almost like a throwback to the Righteous Killer that WCPW witnessed before. That is the kind of coldness that made Joseph Connors a WCPW champion.
Connors is going to charge in a baseball slide right into the left side of the ribs of Kushida.
And there it is again, maybe now. Listen, we're out here talking about Kushida targeting Connors' arm. I think now Connors, he should go after those ribs of Kushida, and it looks like that's what's happening.
Kushida, known for that explosive offense, and you're right, if you target the ribs, if you stop him from being able to breathe properly, then you're going to neutralize a lot of what makes Kushida such a dangerous opponent.
Well, everything is restricted if you go after the ribs, and now Connors going after the neck. Think about it though. Kushida, he likes to go long in a lot of his matches. Not only is that unwise in a semi-final, but if you get some injured ribs, it's hard to breathe.
Interesting to see Connors working on the neck as well. Of course, his favourite way of putting opponent away is that don't look down DDT. If you can weaken the neck, there's an advantage to that for Connors as well. Connors goes to the ropes here, leapfrog from Kushida. Kushida goes down lower, hip toss on Connors. Oh my God! The handstand and then the kick into the side of the head.
Rapid fire offense from Kushida. He's now feeling it here in Newcastle.
Kushida headbutts the turnbuckle. Connors tries to follow him in, ends up on the apron here. Trying to send Connors right out here in front of us. Connors he's caught though. He's caught with the cross arm breaker. The cross arm breaker by Kushida. Incredible speed from the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and now he does Kimura. The hoverboard lock. The hoverboard lock. Connors knows he has to get to the bottom rope quickly, and he does.
But one thing we know about Joseph Connors, we've seen it time and time again in WCPW, he will never give up without a fight. This man, don't forget, was a WCPW champion.
Kushida again focusing on the left arm. He drop kicked it there as Connors was inadvertently holding it out as a target as he held the rope. Kushida charging at Connors, who spins him round and round, deposits him on his feet. Connors in the corner is gasping for air. And Connors' best he can do is move out of the way of this attempt at a charge from Kushida. But here comes Connors, a DDT, leaping over the top.
Super slick from the Righteous Killer. I'm going to call him that because that's what he looks like.
Here comes Connors! Takes out Kushida, and Connors looking good for a spot in the World Cup final.
Well, this is interesting now. We said it before, Takahashi in that match, Connors looked as though Takahashi got into his head. Connors looks as though he's the one with the mental advantage here tonight. So important that he managed to get to those ropes earlier on, escape Kushida's submission. Now, Joseph Connors can focus on taking Kushida to pieces.
Connors is headed to the top floor. Hot crowd here in Newcastle, split down the middle. Kushida charges at the turnbuckle to get out of the way of Connors. He ends up getting a backbreaker from Connors, who'll pick up and slam him down hard on that back. Cover. Connors hooks the leg, gets two.
Again, though, look at Joseph Connors throwing back the hair, and I bet you there's an icy cold glare in those eyes. I'm telling you, Dave, this is a throwback to Joseph Connors of old. He's right back here in the mix in WCPW in this Pro Wrestling World Cup, and he's showing what he has to offer.
Connors going to the ropes, looking for a clothesline. Kushida kicks him away. Now he's got that left arm again, trying to bend it round into the hoverboard lock. Connors into the ropes. Kushida bridging backwards. This is how he beat Zack Sabre Jr., but it wasn't enough to beat Connors.
Oh, the crowd believed that was three, but Connors escaping.
Another roll up from Kushida. Another 2 count. Kushida tries to grab the leg. Connors into a sunset flip. Kushida's shoulders down this time. Kushida counters again. He gets 2. Kushida got Connors with his shoulders down. Connors trying to bridge up. Great strength. Yeah, and great balance as well from England's Joseph Connors into a backslide. Can he get Kushida? No, he can't. Kushida breaks free. Clothesline from Connors. Both men down.
Back at a stalemate now, Bradshaw. You're right. Connors and Kushida on the mat. That was almost a desperation, that clothesline from Connors.
What a back and forth here, but before that last minute or so, you were right. Connors has been on offense here. He's been dominating this match in a way that wasn't true against Takahashi in the quarterfinals. Right now, though, it is level peggings with both men down.
Well, I don't think we're going to see it. Both these men know what's at stake in a semi-final, but of course, what would happen if both were counted down on the mat? Imagine.
I think that's strictly a hypothetical. I'm sure that's not going to happen here because
I hope not.
Everyone here knows exactly what's at stake. Connors is back to his feet. Kushida being picked up. And maybe we're going to see the don't look down. He's looking for it.
It would secure Connors a spot in the final, but look.
Yeah, he's going for the hoverboard lock. Connors got himself in trouble here. Kushida has it locked in. Connors picked him up, went for the So don't look down, and Kushida changed it into a hoverboard lock. Connors slams him.
Almost a falcon arrow.
The cover from Joseph Connors to go to the final, and Kushida says not yet.
That was almost the blow which took Joseph Connors to the World Cup final. That's how important. This is the late stages of this competition. Both these athletes know how much it would mean to secure a slot in that final. That itself is historic.
Yeah, it is do or die time for all four of the final four. Connors knows he has to take a chance. Needs something special to beat Kushida. That's why he's going to the top rope once again. Joseph Connors launches himself, dropkick from Kushida. And again, both men down.
Ironically, we saw Joseph Connors working the ribs of Kushida earlier on. Well, that drop kick from Kushida was right into the midriff, the rib cage of Joseph Connors.
Crowd loving every second of this, an absolutely absorbing semi-final match between England and Japan. Connors and Kushida on their knees, exhaustion starting to settle in. But they are exchanging strikes and then some. This is vicious stuff. Kushida, one of the hardest kickers in the game.
Don't forget that MMA background Kushida has.
Yeah, Kushida unbeaten in MMA. Kushida. Oh, look at this now from Kushida. Got the front face off, but Connors did. Oh, don't look down! Don't look down from Connors. The cover! Connors is going to the final, surely no! Kushida got out again!
And Connors again grabbing his own head in disbelief, sheer shock that Kushida managed to kick out of that. The Don't Look Down has finished off so many men, not only in WCPW, but across the world. I believe, Dave Bradshaw, we had another victim, but it wasn't to be. Kushida kicked out.
Kushida, unbelievably kicking out of a Don't Look Down. That is something that Connors had not prepared for. I'm not sure if Connors knows what else he can do to put away Kushida. That said, Kushida looks like he is out for the count here.
The referee, senior official Steve Linsky, looking to Kushida rather looking to catch a break from the senior official. Joseph Connors doesn't, and quite rightfully so, I have to say. Joseph Connors not willing to give Kushida a break.
Connors trying to go on offense again here. Listen to that. Shout of determination from Connors. He asked for Kushida's best, and he got it.
Well, when you ask for the best from the best of the Super Juniors, you will get it. Kushida, absolutely unbelievable.
The first semi-final of the Pro Wrestling World Cup on a knife edge here in Newcastle. Kushida back to his feet. Connors on the apron.
So important to both these men that they advance to the final.
Connors gets caught again, and he's in trouble. He's in trouble here because Kushida has got him by the leg. Connors almost falling off the top rope there. Kushida dragging him back by his hair.
Well, we've saw this before from Kushida joining his opponent up on the top rope.
Hoverboard lock. The hoverboard lock on the rope. You can't get a submission on the rope, but Kushida, if he does what he's done before, yeah, Kushida swings him over. Once again, there's the Kimura, the hoverboard lock. Connors, can he get to the ropes? Connors is inches away.
No!
Rolled back in. Kushida, is he going to the final? Connors, surely he has to give up. Connors, can he get there this time? No, again. Kushida has Connors away from the ropes. The middle of the ring. Kushida with the hoverboard lock. Can Connors survive? No, he can't. No, he can't. And Kushida's in the World Cup final. What a match.
Stunning, no disgrace.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, due to referee stoppage and advancing to the finals of the Pro Wrestling World Cup, the Japan representative, KUSHIDA!
Well, Joseph Joseph Connors, in fact, didn't tap out. The decision from the referee was a referee stoppage. I think Joseph Connors passed out from the sheer agony of that hoverboard lock. He absolutely refused to tap, but in the end, the pain was too much and he lost consciousness.
No disgrace, as I said before, for Joseph Connors. You're absolutely right, Bradshaw. He passed out, lost consciousness. That's not Kushida's problem, though. Joseph Connors has been eliminated from the Pro Wrestling World Cup.
Well, as you can see then, Kushida advances to the final. He has gone through 5 matches. He has one left. Either Will Ospreay or King Ricochet is all that stands in the way of Kushida and the Pro Wrestling World Cup.